Hello everyone, I'm your host Heather Dawson and welcome to the March episode of Healthy RC Living. We talk a lot about healthy options for kids, but there are healthy options for seniors as well. Here's David Wiley.
Eating fresh produce goes a long ways toward a healthy lifestyle, but getting those fresh fruits and vegetables can be a challenge, especially for seniors who may have difficulty getting around. So the city has launched a new program called Mobile Fresh, which brings the fresh produce right to the senior center at Central Park.
So Healthy RC has partnered with Family Service Association to bring Mobile Fresh, it's a farmer's market on wheels, to the senior center every other Wednesday for an hour. They offer fresh, local, affordable produce for anybody who wants to stop by, but we're really targeting the seniors here at the senior center who maybe can't get elsewhere to buy their fresh produce.
The idea for Mobile Fresh and the whole concept of a farmer's market on wheels came about after our local seniors brought their concerns to the City Council.
So we recently held a special city council meeting for our senior citizens, and they voiced a concern that it's hard for them to get out and about. A lot of them have mobility issues, so they can't get to farmers markets or grocery stores in their area. So this was our way of kind of compromising and bringing it to them. It's a lot more convenient for them to just, if they're going to be at the senior center anyways, to just walk out the door and have a farmers market here supporting them.
Mobile Fresh is essentially a large bus loaded with produce, eggs, and dairy products that comes by the Senior Center every other Wednesday from 10:30 to 11:30 in the morning. So far, the response from seniors has been great.
And it's convenience because we don't have to walk a long distance to go get these things, so it's convenience for me.
I bought some tomatoes and some oranges. And they had eggs and they had milk. That was wonderful, I think.
And that positive feedback is being heard by the city, which plans to keep the Mobile Fresh program going.
There definitely was a need, and we're getting feedback that need is being fulfilled by the bus being here. People like to have the convenience of it right at the senior center. They like the prices. It's really great fresh produce. They like that it's not the old hand-me-down produce stuff. So it's just like you'd find at a farmer's market or a grocery store.
And while Mobile Fresh is targeted for our senior community, it's open to anyone who's looking for convenient access to fresh produce. Again, Mobile Fresh makes a stop at the Senior Center at Central Park every other Wednesday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Hope to see you there. I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living.
Well, imagine walking to school with your mother and then all of a sudden that option is taken away. Well, that's the story behind one Rancho preteen who, thanks to the city, is regaining her independence. Here's Conchetta DeLuco.
Katrina Mole is your typical 12-year-old. Funny, energetic, smart, and if you ask her what her favorite subject is in school, she'll give you a typical response.
What's your best subject?
Oh my God, I don't know. I like math and history and a little bit of science, depending on what we're doing. It depends.
What makes Katrina Katrina is that she's a triplegic with cerebral palsy. But what makes her unique is her drive and will to not let anything get in her way of being an independent young lady.
Being able to walk to school was one of the big pieces that she wants, because that shows to her that she is just as independent as every other kid at school. That's what she wants in life.
Katrina was challenged when she moved from Los Amigos to Alta Loma and started attending Banyan Elementary. Used to walking to school every day with her mom, unfortunately when she moved to the Upper Rancho region, she was unable to use her wheelchair or walker to get to school because of the lack of curb ramp.
And when we first moved here, it was the summertime, so we were walking around looking for things and went to walk from home to the school, and we couldn't, not without putting her in the street. Because if you took the sidewalk, you couldn't get from the sidewalk to cross the street.
When her usual commute did not seem possible, Katrina and her mom resolved to using the bus system until Banyan Elementary's principal, Mrs. Benson, stepped in, contacted the city, and got the existing curb ramp project, slated for 2018, bumped up on the list of things to do.
this kind of presented a difficult situation because she was out there in the traffic in the street, and the school didn't want to see her doing that, and neither did we. So they were actually sending a van out there to pick up the student to come to school as well as to go to back home. Upon hearing this, we kind of took this information back and really wanted to find out, how could we help empower this girl who was already wheeling herself and kind of had that taken away. How do we re-empower her so that she was able to safely get to and from school without having to rely on transportation?
The initiative to step up the timeline for the project not only comes out of necessity for a young girl in need, but based on the continuing efforts of the City of Rancho's Healthy RC initiative and Safe Route to School program.
The city is really focused on how do we design our streets, how do we design our neighborhoods, how do we design our community for all ages of all users. So whether you're in a wheelchair, whether you're in a car, whether you're riding a bike, whether you're on a skateboard, how do you get from point A to point B, regardless of your abilities or chosen mode of transportation?
Shortly after the issue was brought to the city's attention, within a few short weeks, the curb ramp was installed, and the results have been met with resounding praise.
So when we first learned the curb cut was there, it was really nice to see that somebody cared about what mattered. For me, mattered just for my daughter, but I knew it mattered for more than just my daughter, that it matters in a bigger picture in the world, that everybody has that accessibility. And just simple as I see parents walking their students to school every day, and parents with a younger sibling in a stroller. And now that parent can finish that walk and not have to take that stroller into the street, or not have to take that stroller down the big curb. That accessibility applies to all, whether we have a special need or not.
And the biggest fan of this road improvement is, of course, Katrina.
I like it because now most of my friends, I have some friends who live here that go to Banyan Elementary, so it's a lot nicer because now I can walk home or to school with my friends, and I can access school easier now that that's there. And we can be able to go to events and things without my mom saying, okay, I can stay on the sidewalk, but you have to go in the street. That's fun.
Bringing you the best of Rancho Cucamonga with Healthy RC Living, I'm Conchetta DeLuco.
Well, exercise isn't always about playing sports for kids. In fact, David Wiley takes us to a local school where exercise is giving way to do-si-do.
There's nothing like a good old-fashioned hoedown. Students at Cucamonga Elementary School are staying heart healthy and physically fit by making something old new again.
February is National Heart Month, and today we're celebrating our healthy hearts by dancing.
And not just dancing, but square dancing, which also happens to be California's official dance. Students, teachers, and parents all took part recently in the Cucamonga Elementary School Hoedown.
And our Hoedown event is meant to be an introduction to square dancing. It's also a fun social activity that fosters cooperation, teamwork, and physical activity.
Our mission is to get our kids doing 10,000 steps while they dance.
And there's no doubt that everyone was getting plenty of steps and lots of physical activity. And there really was something for everyone. The Hoedown mixed traditional square dancing with line dancing and dancing to the country music classic Cotton Eye Joe. There was even a salute to today's hottest dance craze. These kids, parents, and teachers are showing all of us that staying active can be a whole lot of fun.
Now watch me whip, hey, now watch me nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip, watch me nay-nay. Now watch me whip.
From Cucamonga Elementary School, I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living.
Now watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me,
And now let's head to the Flame Broiler with Jason Rasudlo for this month's healthy dining option.
The Flame Broiler on Haven Avenue is the newest addition to the Healthy RC Dining program. The city initiative teams up with local restaurants to offer its residents healthy meals when dining out.
The reason why we opened this franchise is to offer a healthy choice for the communities, and I personally believe in the healthy lifestyle.
That's Ferry Tasman, the restaurant's owner and operator. He says eating at the Flame Broiler, combined with exercise, has helped him slim down and lose weight.
Yeah, I have 3 kids, and they are ranging from the 12 to 18 years old. And they're all growing right now, and I want to be a good example for them.
The Flame Broiler offers a choice of fresh chicken or Angus beef, or the popular half and half option. The best part is there's no added MSGs, dairy, trans fat, skin, frying, or HFCs. In other words, it's good for you.
We use the premium non-GMO rice that we got from Northern California. So we don't use any processed meat or any processed food in our facility.
Vegetables are prepared fresh each morning. Every bowl or plate comes with a selection of carrots, broccoli, and cabbage.
And so everything is fresh and it's good for your health, for your body.
Ordering is easy as 1, 2, 3. First, select the size: mini bowl, regular size bowl, or plate. Then select your protein, whether it be chicken, Angus beef, or a combination of the two.
Pretty soon we're going to add a tofu also in our lineup for the protein.
Finally, choose between white rice, brown rice, or steamed vegetables. Guests can even select a mixture of rice and vegetables if they choose.
So we have a lot of people that come out from the gym, and they concerned about the protein.
Customers we spoke to said they appreciate having a healthy restaurant in their community. Here's Rancho Cucamonga resident Michael Bond, who stops by the Flame Broiler at least once a week.
I'm really glad that they have all the vegetables that they have available to them, because I am vegan, and therefore I have to have a veggie bowl, and there's a very few places available to have that kind of food. I think you get a lot more vegetables, and I think seem to be a lot more fresher. Okay, I like the taste of the vegetables here a lot better. That's why I come here.
Tasman says he's partnered with local schools in Rancho Cucamonga to help students make healthier choices. The Flame Broiler has assisted in fundraising efforts as well.
I believe nowadays people is concerned more. They want to live longer. They want to live healthier, and we just here to give them a choice.
Visit the Flame Broiler at 6371 Haven Avenue in the Vons Shopping Plaza. Hours are 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. from Monday through Saturday.
113.
Attention business owners, we'd love for you to join the Healthy RC Dining program. Here's the benefits: free access to a registered dietitian, recognition at a city council meeting, televised videos promoting your restaurant's efforts, free promotional materials, and promotion on the city's website and mobile app. Reporting for Healthy RC Living, I'm Jason Rasidlo.
Let's find out why Healthy RC is the only Southern California organization to be selected for helping create healthy communities. Here's David Wiley.
Healthy RC has been recognized as a community-based health innovation by the California Health and Human Services Agency and the California Department of Public Health. The award was given in Sacramento in January and later presented to the City Council. Healthy RC was selected specifically for the Healthy RC Steering Committee and for its work to advance the governor's Let's Get Healthy California effort to make California the nation's healthiest state by 2022.
The Healthy RC Steering Committee is comprised of over 75 members. There are local businesses, nonprofits, school districts, health agencies, residents themselves, representatives from the county, as well as city staff and officials.
The Healthy RC Steering Committee was the only Southern California-based effort to be selected in the Creating Healthy Communities category of the Innovation Challenge.
So the steering committee really works on issues and concerns to improve the health of the community. And so the steering committee is really focused on community engagement, and that's really the heart and soul of Healthy RC.
And the community has responded. Much of the success of the Healthy RC Steering Committee comes from community volunteers. Getting our local residents involved in making decisions that promote a healthy community is key to making Healthy RC work.
Getting the community involved, getting the residents involved, working with a cross-sector of departments and organizations and businesses is really what the goal is of the steering committee. The steering committee also helps to assess needs of the community, so they'll collect a resident feedback when we have the strategic planning process. So the Healthy RC steering committee are actually the ones that went out into the community to gather the feedback on what the steering committee needs to be working on and what were the needs of the community at that time.
And while the Healthy RC Steering Committee does have over 75 members, they manage to tackle a number of different health-related issues through subcommittees.
We have a community champions group made up of Spanish-speaking residents. They work on issues of nutrition and beverage standards. They've gone through and they've helped with the community gardens, the farmers markets policies. We also have the Healthy RC youth leaders with it. So that gives youth an opportunity to be engaged in the civic process as well and to work right alongside with Healthy RC and the other steering committee members on issues that matter to them and to their peers.
Other subcommittees focus on things like communications, healthy eating and active living, mental health, and evaluating the overall impact of Healthy RC. Healthy RC is really a unique model in civic government, and the formation of the steering committee was seen as yet another innovation in the local effort to improve our community's health.
You don't see too many community groups, especially health initiatives that are housed within city managers' offices, within other cities and healthy communities. In addition, we really focus on sustainable changes. So we look at policies and infrastructure changes, adding bike lanes, things that really are going to make impacts for generations to come.
To learn more about Healthy RC and the Healthy RC Steering Committee, go to healthyrc.com. I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living.
Rancho Cucamonga is a candidate for the Cultural of Health Prize. Let's find out more with Audra Stafford.
Welcome to the city of Rancho Cucamonga, a large, diverse suburban community in western San Bernardino County in Southern California. Our journey to building a culture of health has been a long, rewarding, and community-driven process, and the journey has just begun. In Rancho Cucamonga, health is a top priority. We believe the health of everyone matters, regardless of where you live, where you play, or how much money you make. And that building a culture of health means making our community the healthiest now and for future generations. To say Rancho Cucamonga experienced a dramatic transformation was an understatement. Incorporated in 1977, our population has exploded over 350%. What used to be a vast, fertile agricultural mecca filled with endless vineyards and succulent orange groves rapidly transformed to urban sprawl with a proliferation of fast food outlets, single-family houses, and a car-dependent infrastructure. And as we grew, so too did the health disparities and inequities. All of this urbanization and rapid expansion finally caught up to us and became major culprits in our county's health standings as the nation's fourth most obese. We began organizing ourselves, bringing our businesses, our local schools and churches, our hospitals and nonprofits, and our local government agencies together to build a new, successful, and sustainable model for community health improvement. This model was unique as it was truly community-driven, bringing together the meaningful, authentic participation of all of our residents and community members to make good health accessible to everyone. And it's working.
It's really just special for us to be able to talk to real people and just come together and say, hey, I think health is an important issue, it's something we should work on, and now we can figure out how to utilize the city's resources to make that possible.
Me gusta hablar directamente con la ciudad para que así es una forma en que yo les puedo ayudar haciéndoles saber de algunos pequeños problemas como las banquetas y algunas cosas, ¿verdad?
Now Katrina can actually leave our apartments, go down the sidewalk, use the curb cut to access the crosswalk with the crossing guard, and she goes across the street and can roll herself all the way to school, and she never has to hit any places dangerous.
Building a culture of health takes more than just education and awareness. It takes a whole community to transform neighborhoods, affecting the shape, feel, safety, and health of everyone who lives, works, and plays here. And while we have made great strides, there is still a long road ahead of us. We are committed as a community to continue our journey in building and sustaining a culture of health and to make our city the healthiest in the nation.
A mobile city hall on wheels that can go anywhere in the city. RC2Go Mobile City Services is a 30-foot specially equipped trailer designed to bring City Hall to the residents of Rancho Cucamonga.
It has been designed basically to take city services out into the community. I'll give you a couple of examples of how we might be using this. For example, if we went to maybe a farmer's market or to a festival, the library we could check out books from here. We could issue library cards. But at the same time, if, for example, our community services wanted to come out, they can register people for classes. Or the fire department could be doing CPR, sidewalk CPR classes. Or even the animal center could do microchipping out in the field. So, this is really what we envision our RC2Go as, just a way to bring City Hall services out into our community.
The 9,000-pound trailer was purchased with a grant from the California State Library and was transformed from this simple white vehicle to what you see today, thanks to a colorful wrap complete with the RC2Go and city logos. The vehicle has a number of options, including Wi-Fi capability, that gives the city the flexibility to do virtually anything in the field.
We could actually do computer classes as well out in the community, or we could take it to a park and do things like that. And and there would be times perhaps that if we were going to a building site, for example, the building department, they could issue permits, or they could schedule inspections while out on site as well. So again, it's really the potential for what services we can offer are unlimited. It's just if we can do it at City Hall, I think we should pretty much be doing it out in the field as well.
And to assist in that mission, RC2Go Mobile City Services is also equipped with things like a printer, a laptop computer, and 2 big screen TVs, one inside and one that faces the outside.
There's a TV monitor there, so we could actually, with a laptop, actually demonstrate something. We can show a PowerPoint, we can show videos, you name it. It's just got a lot of capabilities here that we're just looking forward to doing something in our community.
The Mobile City Hall concept is truly unique. This is the only vehicle of its type in the western United States. It's fashioned after a similar vehicle used in Boston. Rancho Cucamonga managed to fund the RC2Go Mobile City Services through a generous grant.
The way we were able to purchase this vehicle is from a grant from the California State Library. Once a year they have an open grant cycle, and this year the library, we decided we were going to pitch the idea of doing some kind of a mobile city hall, and the State Library really liked this idea just because they think it's real important for libraries to work with other agencies. So that way, not only are we leveraging the power of the library, but whatever the fire department could do, what the planning department could do, and just, doing it all together. And so, we're real excited.
And you should be excited too, as this beautiful mobile city hall takes to the streets. So as you go through Rancho Cucamonga, keep an eye out for the RC2Go Mobile City Services. It's bringing City Hall to a neighborhood near you. I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living. Hometown Rancho Cucamonga Quakes at the stadium. Good friends, cold drinks, peanuts and Cracker Jack. But what if one night those good friends included man's best friend? That's the simple idea behind Bark at the Ballpark, a night for baseball fans to bring their pooches to the ballpark.
Bark in the Ballpark has always been a hit with our fans. So this season we've done 8 of them. We look forward to doing them again next year. It's always something that our fans request and they want to see year after year because they like to bring their animals to the ballpark.
Every other Wednesday during the season, the Quakes open up the stadium to pooches and their people to enjoy a night at the ballpark.
All fans can bring their 4-legged friends for a pet pass, which only costs $3. All the money from the pet pass actually goes back to the Rancho Cucamonga Animal Shelter. So it's a great way for us to give back, but it's also a great way for fans to enjoy the ballpark with, their best friend.
It's a great way for people to enjoy more time with their dogs while helping out our local animal care and adoption center.
The way we do it is we actually set up the stadium so that half of our stadium is pet friendly. We call it dog country. You're allowed to have your animals in that area, and then the other half of the stadium, say maybe you're allergic or you don't want to necessarily be with your animals, you can stay on that side of the stadium.
In addition, during breaks between innings, special promotions and announcements are made to help find homes for dogs that are being cared for at the Animal Care Center.
Throughout the game, we'll have a couple of different promotions going on. We actually invite out the animal shelter, and they'll have 3 separate what we call pet parades, and they'll bring up some of the local animals from the shelter, and they'll do a little pet parade on our dugout. We'll announce the animal's name, how long they've been at the shelter, what their likenesses are, and see if hopefully we can get them adopted while they're here at the game.
We have quite a few animals here today, but we also have a lot more at the animal center. Dogs, cats, kittens, rabbits, turtle, a bird. So it's very important that we let everybody know that we have just more than dogs. We have a variety of different animals that are available at the animal center.
The Animal Care and Adoption Center is open 6 days a week and is located near the stadium at 11780 Arrow Route. They have a fantastic website that has great photos of the animals available for adoption. You can check it out at rcpets.info. As for the dog owners at the Quakes game, our videographer Rick Maddie found out that bark at the ballpark is a big hit.
I love it because I love spending time with my dog. I love being outside. It's beautiful out here, so we get a chance to mingle with other people and other people who love their dogs, so it's a great opportunity for us.
Does she ever get mad when the other team scores?
Of course, I do too. But
we all do. And while baseball season is over, the Quakes promise to have more Bark at the Ballpark nights next year. In the meantime, check out the great forever pets that can be found at the Rancho Cucamonga Animal Care and Adoption Center. I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living.
That'll do it for the March episode of Healthy RC Living. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. If you missed any part of the show, go to the website, healthyrc.com, or just check us out here on Channel 3 all month long. We'll see you next time.
Treat your family to Van Gogurt, packed with live and active culture to boost kids' math and reading skills.
It's sure to satisfy your hunger for inspiration.
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Weizenbrahms make you grow up smart and successful so you can be a doctor, lawyer, handsome, genius composer. Like me.
Feed your kids the arts. Visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arts-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
It's fun to sing,
Zippity zip zip zin zin zin.
dance, and play music every day.
Yeah, go for it!
Doing something artistic inspires creativity and helps you succeed in school and life.
Hooray!
Play music, paint, and dance together as a family.
Come on, team!
Blast off with the arts.
Blast off!
For 10 ways to add the arts into your life, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.